My name is David Lozeau. I'm a Southern California-based artist, and I specialize in a quirky Day of the Dead style imagery. I was really excited with the opportunity to work with Fender. They were really kind of the tool that gives the soundtrack to Southern California. They're such a part of this lifestyle. They just fit with what I do. I really relate to their trend setting, their historic nature, their hand craftsmanship. It all just seemed to really parallel what I do. After my first initial meeting with Fender, I was excited. I was thrilled to get to the drawing table, to start working on sketches, from digital sketches, to working on transparent paper, to working on different comps, really flowing and letting the ideas, no holds barred, to really attack the ideas and concepts. From that point on, it was basically taking those somewhat revised sketches to the next stage, working on a guitar body to start to see how they fit, where are the challenges, where does it roll around the corners, to really make the designs fit just like they were born there. Once I started painting each one, that was a chance for each design to really bond with me, to really craft it for where it was going to end up. Each design had a unique color, unique choices, unique layouts, and each one kind of dominated my time. I was able to be a little bonding experience as I crafted each one before it would initially end up on the guitar. The idea with the first 4 Fender Stratocasters was really to find 4 designs that could really stand on their own, but also come together to be one cohesive unit. One of the designs I was excited about was a Tree of Life. It's a concept that I've been wanting to tackle in my art for years and never had the opportunity. The idea with this painting is to show the circle of life. You know, having the musician under the ground, you know, entombed in the earth, and the tree kind of sprouting from them really, to me, represented the circle of life, but also showing, you know, the strengths and passions growing from that skeleton. It's not just the bones that surround him, it's the music, it's what made him who he is, to kind of feed this tree and let it grow and give back to everyone now. The Sacred Heart symbol itself is something that's constant through Dia de los Muertos. It's a constant reminder of the strength, the life, the energy, really an iconic image that's related to Day of the Dead art. For a chance for me to capture that in a guitar, I felt was very exciting, to bring that culture and bring that piece of history to a whole new crowd. With all my Sacred Heart designs, and whenever I play with the Sacred Heart ideas, I love the idea of it being patched and sewn and torn like everyone's heart is. The heartbreak to heart mend to heartbreak again, to show that strength and energy and life, I feel just really correlates to the strength of music. The Roses and Thorns design was something that really inspired. It's something that comes from blues music. It felt classic. I want a design that kind of show the heartbreak of blues, the trouble, what you've been through. And Roses and Thorns really symbolize that to me. They're sharp, they're pointy, they're beautiful, they're all those things. And having the tiny little black widow spider was kind of the evils and demons that you battle. They're kind of always lurking behind the most beautiful things. The dragon design was a chance to explore concepts that I'd experienced before. To capture the detail and the ornate structure of a Japanese dragon was really something I wanted to do. The flow, it felt like it should be on a guitar. It's something that spoke strongly, it's iconic, and just really seemed to resonate with the shape, the curves, just the buckles. It felt like it should be there. They each had their own unique challenge to really work with the guitar. I think that the Dragons was really something that, because you could bring the eye around, it kind of gave you a cheat. You could flow and curve and slink around the guitar. It made it the most challenging but the most rewarding. Once the paintings were finished, the next step was to head down to Ensenada and work with the Fender design team to lay out the guitars. Seeing those guitars being produced in Ensenada was just the moment I'd kind of dreamt of. I had seen the work before in my computer and I'd painted it, I'd been involved with it, but never seen it in that format, never seen all these other hands touching it and crafting these machines. To see them there in front of me, shiny, just wonderfulness, seeing everything rolling together and watching them, each one roll off the line, was just that moment where it finally sank in that this was happening, that Fender and I were having a relationship. To have the designs and the guitars really encompass them and wrap the curves and have the compositions play was just enhanced by the imagery allowed to wrap over the sides, like natural aging, to see like the rings of a tree as the artwork fades off the edges. It just really all captured everything I dreamed the designs would end up being. It's hard to hedge my bets on who's going to be the strongest, who's going to edge out the other ones. I love each one brings a different voice. I think that people will clearly have a favorite. I don't think that you're in the guitar store going, it's this one, it's that one. I think one speaks to you, and I hope that you find that connection with the art.